Here with nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And today I'm doing like a series of lessons for lead guitar and improvisation. Now this lesson I'm going to be focusing on the more easier kind of licks. Maybe if you're just starting out your guitar journey and you want to try some different things and maybe play some things melodic, this lesson is for you. And as I go on in the series, it's going to get a little bit more challenging. We're going to get into some more intermediate and advanced style kind of licks and devices. Now the guitar is going to be in standard tuning, and throughout the series we're going to be using a jam track in the key of D minor. And basically it's a nice slow moving jam track, and the chords are a D minor 9 to a B flat, major 7 flat 5, and then it goes to a G minor 6 to an A sus4. Now if you want that jam track, I did a video lesson on it. I'll tell you what, I'll put that jam track up here in the cards, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below. So go ahead and pull that up, and this way you'll have the track to practice over and apply what you're learning. And before we get rocking, if you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when I have new lessons posted. Also leave a comment below. Let me know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. And if you like the video, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. And for this lesson, we're just going to concentrate on using one scale. We're going to use D natural minor. Now I know if you're early on in your guitar journey, you probably learned like minor pentatonic and blues scales first, right? But for melodic soloing especially, you really want to add this natural minor scale because it adds these half steps. So instead of playing 5 notes, like in minor pentatonic, you're going to be playing 7 notes. So these diatonic scales are great because it gives you these half-step bend opportunities, which really are melodic. And we're going to concentrate on a few strong notes as we're soloing. You want to concentrate on certain notes of the chords. It's really the chords that give you the full roadmap, right, to what you can use solo and improvisation-wise. So you want to look at the chords and the notes that make up the chords. So let's just take one scale shape and kind of just really drill down on that. So D natural minor over all the chords works great. And by the way, for instructional purposes on my sound, I have the gain turned down a bit, and I also have the delay off, okay? So I just have kind of like a just little chunky kind of sound here. So 5th fret A string is a D note, and let's play our D natural minor scale like this. Get that one onto your fingers. It's nice because just one finger per fret. Okay, and like I did in the intro, let's look at some of those licks. One of the things, as you could see already in that scale, different than minor pentatonic, is you have this. You have these half steps here on the high E and on the B string, and you also have them here on the D and the A string, and those are really important. So I was doing things like this in that intro, right, where I was bending a note just real quick and releasing it and then pulling off, then sliding. Now that's a passing tone because it's outside the scale, but you get a cool sound. The ear doesn't have time to pick off the dissonance. And so just kind of slide around on those half steps. And you can get all these kind of cool melodic ideas. Now let them ring out. Like I did in the intro, it's so important to leave lots of space
especially in your melodic soloing, especially early on. Check out this lick I did. What I did there, I did a little string rake. You don't necessarily have to do that, but basically 5 to 6 on the B string. And then I bent with one finger. I'm bending up 5 to 6. That's a half step bend. You want to match that pitch, right? So now you can hold it, let it down. You get the bend, you get the hold note, and then when you let it down, you get another note. Okay, and then I just went 7, 5, and then I slid 5, 7 on the G string. Now, another thing I did is, notice I'm palm muting those notes. And you might say, well, why are you palm muting them? It just adds another sound. You know, instead of that, it just adds more interest. Now, if you want to see some of these scales that I'm talking about drawn out on paper, sometimes it helps to kind of have that visual, right? I could really help you with that. Tell you what, click on the link in the YouTube description box below. I'll send you a killer ebook. It's my biggest rock blues soloing ebook. It's packed with like 29 scale diagrams, soloing strategy, major, minor key, lessons, exercises. It's awesome. I'll pair it with a video lesson on some easy ways to spice up your soloing. I'll send them both to you for free, video lesson and ebook. Just click on that link below. And what you want to do in these early on lead guitar lessons in your journey is take the notes and do things with them that are musically interesting. You got to kind of work them with our bends like I'm showing you. Slides using palm mute, not palm muted. Bend up, bend down, vibrato. That's how you're really going to start making your leads start to sound like music. You just can't play the notes of the scale, right? This is the building block. That's not music. But when you take the notes, now we're making music too. Notice instead of 2 going from 5 to 7 on the G, I slid, which is a different sound than this. And then I added that vibrato. Right? And you really want to work that vibrato. So if you have your note, at first work it where you're bending down and then kind of returning it. You know, you're not bending the note and then vibratoing it up here. You're kind of going in the middle, right? And it's nice and smooth and even. And you really want to work that. And the other tip for vibrato is, at first maybe use 2 or 3 fingers because you'll have more strength, right? Hold it. And then slide out. And now you're ready for your next lick as the chords are moving. So you got to take your time. So kind of pick your spots, throw in those licks, slide out, start again. And then, oh, I did something like this if you want to get a little fancy. That's kind of a cool little thing where I'm using these long slides, but I'm just playing the notes in the scale. Those are the notes I'm playing on the B string, 5, 6, on the G string, 5, 7, and on the D string, 5, 7. But I'm sliding down from anywhere. Just come in with that long slide. From up here high on the guitar, 5th fret, then from down here into that 6th fret, so you're kind of crossing the notes, and I like that sound. Sliding the 5, slide the 6. So slide down the 5, slide up the 6. Now our next 2 notes, 5, 7 on the G. Slide down the 5, slide up the 7. Right? And then the next 2 notes, slide down the 5 on the D string, slide up to 7. That device works with any scale. You can use that with anything, minor, pentatonic, whatever, but you're getting all these passing sounds from these quick slides, and it looks kind of cool, right? So just stick in that scale. You climb up the scale, hold it, and on the way down, maybe we'll do a pull-off. We get that half step in there. And we're back to our root note. Notice when I talked before about those, we're going to concentrate on some of these notes. We're landing a lot on our D note. That's our root note. That's a really strong note. Or we're landing on the A note. Because in D minor, right, a D minor chord, you have a D note, an F note, and an A note. So those are all great notes to land on. D, right, here's our A, and then there's our F note. That's the notes in the chord. So those are your strong chord tones. The other thing you could do, just slide around the notes on one string, but leave your finger down, and it's very melodic. So if we just take a few notes on the G string, 5th, 7, 9, 10. Right? You could hear that. Slide to 10, slide back to 7, slide up to 9, slide back to 5. Hit the notes once, hit them twice, right? Add the vibrato. That time I did it with some palm muting. And not palm muted, right? But we're just taking the notes on one string, you know, in that natural minor scale, moving outside the scale a little bit, but you could see how you could get all different. There's that half step bend again. I went to 10th to 9th fret, but then I bent it up, let it down, then 7, 5, hammer to 7, my root note, vibrato. These are just really cool little things that you could start your journey off with, moving around the neck, you know? I really like using octave devices like that, where I'm sliding up, and that note is our F note on that 10th fret of the G string. And then on the high E string, I have an F note on the 13th fret of the high E string. Right? Same note, 12 notes apart. So I slide up to F, then I hit that other F. Really nice. I played the rest of the lick like that in the opening. I just slid up to the octave, then I took that 12th fret and I bent it to the F with a half step bend and let it down. And then I landed on that A note. Why? That A is strong note, right? In the chord on that 10th fret on the B string. So you get the, held it with vibrato. Half step bend, let it down, and into our A note. I hope you enjoyed those licks and devices. You know, put on that jam track and just get lost in it, right? And really drill down on these and try a few of them and incorporate it into your playing. Put your own spin and your own twist on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when I have new lessons up. And don't forget to click on that link in the YouTube description box. Get my free killer reference ebook. You'll use it throughout your guitar journey. Rock Blues Soloing ebook, packed with scale diagrams, soloing strategies, music theory. I'll send you that in a video lesson for free. Just click below. And also, I recently dropped a new record with my original band, Mind Cell. Really would love for you to hear it. Check it out. We're from San Diego. I think it's a slammin' record. Some of the best music I've ever written. It's streaming on all the platforms. I'll put links to that in the YouTube description box below. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, maybe on the gear I use, the tones, the studio recording, right? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for checking out this lesson and for your support over the years and years. So appreciate it. And I so appreciate your comments and your posts and your emails with all the kind words. You know, it means the world to me. And I just want to say thank you. Stay tuned. I got lots more to come. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Have fun with it, right? And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So enjoy the journey. Take care, rock on, and I will see you in the next lesson.